You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What's up, diecast collectors? This is OBB here, the diecast news guy, bringing you guys with another NASCAR diecast news episode 210 of season 9 of 2019. Man, that's quite a mouthful, but man, I can't believe we've already at the 210th episode. I mean, as always, guys, thank you guys just for tuning into this big season of the NASCAR diecast news. And man, we got a lot of cool stuff to be talking about, and I know this episode was a little bit later than expected, but I wanted to make sure I got all the great content for you guys on this episode, because do not want to make an episode, very unfulfilling and not much to talk about when it comes to content. But luckily, a lot of great stuff to be talking about. We always got to talk about, the latest pre-orders and race wins from Lionel Racing, including some of the newest 124s and 164s that have been released from our good friends at Plan B Sales. We also got to be talking about a lot of cool new prototypes that just got released for the 164s, including the first ever 164 truck has been officially released. You guys probably know what it is, but I'll probably tell you more about it as we're going to start off soon. And we do got, speaking of more 164s, we got to talk about the Toyota Supra diecast, guys, that we got some photos of. We got a lot of diecast photos in this episode, including maybe we even got a big surprise for any of you guys who are big fans of the 187 scales. Let's just say they might make a return and might even make it into the NASCAR Authentics line after all. But with all that in mind, guys, we're going to go and start this episode of the NASCAR Diecast News. And before we get things started, let's go on to that slideshow, please. Alrighty, guys, welcome to the Diecast News. This is OBB here. Let's go and get things started with your newly released diecast from our good friends at Plan B Sales. And we're going to start off in numerical order and also in the year as first. So we got 3 new 160 awards to be talking about, and then 2 new 124 exclusives. So let's go and get things started. It's diecast time. So first up, we got to talk about a NASCAR Classics car that just recently got released in the 124 scale, and now it's also released in the 164 scale, which we're going to get into more details right now. It is on Darrell Waltrip's 1992 number 17 Western Auto Chevrolet Lumina Darlington race win car. So as you guys are, here's some fun facts about this car, guys. This is actually Darrell Waltrip's only win at the Darlington Southern 500 race. So I mean, only time he's ever got that Southern 500 win, and it was a pretty brilliant strategy. I mean, he didn't really have the best car during this race, but he played off some strategy when most of the leaders came down pit road, and he was the right guy at the right time, and he was able to score his, like I just mentioned, his only Cup win at the Southern 500, and little to know that this was going to be his final Cup win as well, after so his final and 84th win in the Cup Series. So a pretty historic diecast to get if you guys are a big fan of the Western Auto paint scheme and a Darrell Waltrip fan in general. Next up, we got Kyle Busch's number 18 M&M's Flavor Vote winner car, which, as you guys can see right there, it is Crunchy Mint. So he did drive this car at the Watkins Glen race, which is really cool. I do love the bright green on this car. We usually don't see, it was the last time we saw an all green M&M's car was when Kyle Busch actually won the championship with the crispy M&M's car. So definitely am getting some vibes from that, but this is a much more different looking paint scheme, but glad to see the greens back. And heck, maybe it's the main reason why this it was the fan favorite coming in. I mean, heck, I can only imagine what the crunchy espresso or the crunchy raspberry was going to look like. But heck, what can I say? Really nice looking car. And I have tried the crunchy mint M&Ms as well, and I will admit, those are really good, especially for someone like me who loves mint. So if you're a big fan of this car and the driver and the paint scheme and everything else that has to do with M&Ms, especially these ones, this is a good car to get. And the last car to be talked about in the 164, so we got to talk about the only 2019 car released in this episode. It is Austin Dillon's number 3 Dallas Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. So I am well aware that this car is outdated because, as we all know, Richards Racing did, well, this car is outdated, guys. So it is inaccurate, but I can't blame Lionel's fault. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, then the red number that's on this car, yeah, RCR changed it. It's white. So, I mean, the white number does look so much better, but Lionel couldn't get it updated in time, so similar instance to what happened with the Hendrick cars from last year, because all their paint schemes changed. So I mean, you know, Lionel may be on the ball with some pre-orders, but this one wasn't one of them. So pretty unfortunate that it happened, but heck, at least we got the diecast produced, even though he technically didn't ran the scheme, since, you know, the red number is, you know, he didn't ran with the red number, but is what it is. Still a nice looking car. I'm planning to review this car very soon, since I did pick this up with that Daytona 500 wave I just got. But now that wraps up on your 164s, and let's get on to your 124s, guys. So let's go ahead and get on to that. So right now we got Brad Keselowski's number 2 Discount Tire Brickyard Race win. So this is the third, well, actually this is the second of the 3 wins that he won in a row. So really cool. So we should be getting the Auto Trader Las Vegas win very, very shortly. So if you guys are looking for that 3-piece set, then this is the part 2 of this car to get. So really nice looking car. Really glad to see. Actually, I think it's actually the first time we got Brad Keselowski winning in the discount tire scheme for the Cup Series. I know that scheme is very notorious in the Nationwide and Xfinity Series, but glad to see that longtime sponsor finally show up in the Cup Series and get a win, especially at the exciting finish that we had with the Brickyard. I mean, heck, guys, I know the Brickyard has been kind of a bore fest lately, but you know, it's pretty interesting that they put on a good show at the end with the package that they had. So pretty interesting right there. I mean, I'm sure a lot of Hamilton fans are not gonna like this car, considering he almost won this race, but you know, is what it is. But gotta love this car, guys. So I know my good friend Dylan's probably gonna pick this car up. And the last car to be talked about for the 124 exclusives, we gotta talk about Dean Burrito, guys. Matt DiBenedetto's number 32 CorvetteParts.net, or the KeenParts.net Peanuts Halloween car that he drove at the Martinsville playoff race. So I mean, as you guys are aware, that this car was canceled in the 164 scale, but still a relatively nice looking car. I mean, we don't really have that much Halloween cars produced ever for Lionel, besides what, like the Halloween M&M's cars. So I'm glad that we were able to get this produced. And I mean, it's a shame that, you know, Matt DiBenedetto couldn't get his own packaging, as you can see right there on the box. I mean, it's got just the generic Lionel Racing box, but still nice looking car. I mean, the purple on this car, fantastic. So and the NBC logo doesn't look that protruding as well, but man, what a fun looking car, guys. Probably a car I would recommend getting, especially when Halloween comes up, if this car is still available. And the silver rims is a nice addition to this car as well. So really festive car, if I had to say. But that wraps up on all your diecast, guys, and now let's get on to the lightning rounds. We're going to be talking about some pre-orders, guys. We got a lot of pre-orders to be talking about, including some of the race wins that happened the last 2 weeks. So let's talk about a 2018 race win, guys. I mean, heck, who would have thought we would get a late one, guys? But we got to talk about Timothy Peters, number 25 Kingman Talladega race win truck. This is finally available for the pre-order list, guys. Only the 124 scale. Pretty ironic that we didn't get a 164 produced, but you know, GMS's licensing is you know, a little funky. Maybe someday we will get a GMS 164. Maybe this year, guys. We'll have to probably tune in for whatever's about to come. But yeah, that's available for pre-order, guys. If you guys remember that exciting finish that Noah Gragson almost got that win at Talladega, but we all saw what happened. Man, he tried to do the block, and yeah, Timothy Peters got it done, guys. So really cool. Next up, we got to talk about, we're going to go into 2019 now, guys, the current year in NASCAR. We're going to start off with the truck series. So we got some truck race wins to be talking about. We got Austin Hill's number 16 Chipa Toya Pet, if I pronounce that right. winning the Daytona Truck Race and getting his first ever win in the Gander Outdoor Truck Series. So really awesome looking car, and yes, this car is available for pre-order in both scales, so I mean, get on the ball with that, guys. I mean, Hattori Racing is already, I mean, heck, this could be the second Hattori Racing car that we are hopefully to get produced in both scales, along with Brett Moffitt's championship car from Homestead. So, I mean, already going to be a cool looking Toyota Tundra to get for sure. I mean, I'm already hyped up about the Truck 164s, which, speaking of, guys, we are going to have a lot of stuff to talk about on this episode regarding the Truck 164. So stay tuned for that, guys. But we also got to talk about Kyle Busch's number 51 Cessna Atlanta Truck Race win. Whether you love it or hate it, I mean, this truck is, pretty much, historic in NASCAR now, especially in the Truck Series, since Kyle Busch was able to, he was on a tiebreaker with Ron Hornaday Jr., with the all-time most wins list, and he finally beat him with his 52nd Truck Series win. So now he leads the all-time drivers in the Truck Series for most wins. So, I mean, and still pretty impressive, guys. I mean, this guy has, almost 150 starts, and that, I mean, he's not at 150 yet, but he's almost there, and he's won I believe 30% of these races. So I mean, those are some pretty interesting stats that we got right there for Kyle Busch. I mean, I know he's a cup leacher, and this car might get canceled because of that reason, but I don't know, man. I mean, looking back, and this, I know a lot of people are not gonna like it, but maybe in the next 10 years down the line, people are gonna just wonder how great of a driver Kyle Busch was. I mean, I don't like Kyle Busch, that's my opinion, but he is one of the best drivers that we got in NASCAR, period, whether you like it or not. Next up, we got some Xfinity race wins, guys, to be talking about. We got Michael Annett's number 1 Pilot Flying J American Heart Association car that, I mean, we briefly talked about this on the last episode of the Diecast News, but we actually got the official pre-order, guys, and not surprising right there that we do got a Michael Annett car, but this is a different version of this car that we got, as we got the sponsorship with the American Heart Association, so that's really cool. But make sure to get this car on the pre-order list, guys, because it is available in both scales. But knowing the record of the past Daytona Xfinity winners, we have got them canceled, so highly doubt this car will be made, but you just got to pre-order, guys. And we also got to talk about the recent winner in the Xfinity Series, probably the guy who's going to be the kid to beat in the Xfinity Series, Christopher Bell in the number 20 Ream Atlanta Xfinity race win. This is only offered in the 124 scale, but still a really nice looking Toyota Supra, guys. I mean, I had to correct Christopher Bell because he did say Toyota Camry during the interview, but man, he dominated this race and did a great job and cruised his way into yet another victory lane in the Xfinity Series. First time in Atlanta, so really cool to see the Supra in victory lane for the first time in NASCAR. And let's see, we got to talk about, your recent winner at the Atlanta race, guys. A lot of people were really, skeptical and hyped up about this Atlanta Cup race with the new 2019 Aero package. And I have to say, my overall thoughts, I mean, I'm still at that 50-50 mark. I mean, part of me liked it, and the other part of me, I'm still kind of weirded out. I mean, I just wish the cars had a little more horsepower, but I'll save it for another topic, guys, because this is the Diecast News. But yeah, we got Brad Keselowski's number 2 Auto Trader Atlanta race win. This is available for pre-order only in the 124 scale, ironically. But yeah, really interesting car, guys. I will have to say, I mean, cool to see Brad Keselowski back in victory lane, especially with, I mean, heck, guys, this isn't just odd or just Brad Keselowski. Anytime he's like injured or ill, he just freaking wins, guys. Remember when he got injured in 2012 and then he won Pocono and continued winning and eventually won the championship? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hate to say that, but I think Keselowski does really well when he's, a little under the weather. That's a horrible comment for me to say, but just, I don't know, I just find that kind of funny and ironic. But God bless Keselowski, one of the best drivers that we got for Team Penske. And this just shows it right here, guys. So just really awesome looking car that we got on the pre-order list. To join along with the Auto Trader car, we got Joey Logano's number 22 Auto Trader Ford Mustang. So basically, it's going to match just like how the other, just like Keselowski's Auto Trader car. So I mean, at least the scheme is different, but they are matching cars. I would have loved to see, an alternate scheme or have the colors inverted, but looks like Auto Trader loves having identical cars, which, not a problem with that, guys. Some people are going to complain, but, as long as they don't run in the same race, then it'll be a spotter's nightmare. Am I right? But now we got to talk about another Penske pre-order, guys. We got a lot of Penske pre-orders to be talking about in this pre-order list, but I'm gonna go right through them because, like I just said, this is the lightning round. We got Brad Keselowski's number 2 Alliance Truck Parts Ford Mustang. Same scheme that we had the last few years. I mean, I'm sure people are going to get sick and tired of this scheme. But, you know, it is missing a scallop. So we are one less scallop. So I guess you could say that is a paint scheme change. But still a nice looking car. I will probably give this car a good pass since it is on the Ford Mustang body. So yeah, make sure it gets on the pre-order list, guys. We also got Kevin Harvick's number 4 Busch Cardigan. So this is actually the standard version, guys. We also get the race version that's still available for pre-order that he won at the dual race, the first dual race. And see, we got some Ryan Newman pre-orders. A lot of Ford pre-orders, guys, in this episode. We got his Acorns Ford Mustang. So a very bright and vibrant car, a brand new sponsorship for Roush Fenway Racing. And we also got the Performance Plus Motor Oil scheme, which is just like last year's, but it has the Ford Mustang body and Ryan Newman's name and sponsors on this car. So really nice addition. We also got Ryan Blaney's number 12 Wabash National car. If you guys remember, Keselowski drove a similar scheme and sponsorship to this car at Watkins Glen. It would be pretty ironic if he drives this car at Watkins Glen, but I believe coming from this, I believe he is going to be driving this. Actually, he's going to be driving this from several occasions, from what it says on the pre-order list. So yeah, very nice addition. It's always cool to see some different Ryan Blaney schemes, but that's available for pre-order. We also got the other Penske car. Well, not really Penske, but you know what I mean. Paul Menard in the number 21 Dutch Boy Menard. So glad to see Dutch Boy return as a sponsor. I mean, it's been a while since we had a Dutch Boy car on the pre-order list, so glad to see that. Paint scheme just like Ryan Blaney's, but like I said, you know, I really love the matching schemes. I mean, but like I said, it'll be a spotter's nightmare. But that's available for pre-order. We also got David Reagan's number 38 Select Blinds. Probably going to be a cancellation, but I wouldn't be surprised. David Reagan's, you know, it always has some really random sponsors, but he did drove this car, I believe he's going to be driving this car for several races from what I see. I believe he did drove this at the Daytona 500, so I mean, pretty accurate to get this car on the pre-order list since this is the first scheme that we see for David Reagan. We also do got Daniel Schwartz, his number 41 Eris Ford Mustang, a new look for the Eris scheme, a lot more black adds to this car. Very simple design, but I kind of like it. Some people are a little underwhelmed with this car, but you know, I'm really digging the Schwartz Eris scheme for this year. Glad it's a little bit different, unlike last year's, which is the exact copy of Carl Evans' car from 2015 and 16. But you know, what do I know? And the last car to be talked about is probably the most horrendous looking car that we got, which I will be surprised if it gets on the pre-order list, but who knows? We got to talk about Bubba Wallace's number 43 McDonald's Team Bacon car. My God, this car is atrocious. I mean, wow. I miss the McDonald's scheme from last year. I really do. I understand why they had to change it, but man, this, yeah, I have so many questions with this car. I mean, this car definitely screams 2000. I mean, it definitely has that 2000s vibe from McDonald's, which is ironic because McDonald's is pretty modern now, so that's kind of odd. But, yeah, we're probably going to see the other McDonald's car in the pre-order list very soon since, you know, we got Team Bacon and Team Classic. For every comment below, guys, I mean, let's do a little comment war. Are you guys with Team Bacon or Team Classic? For me, I don't know yet. I don't really eat that much McDonald's, but once I try the bacon at McDonald's, maybe we will see. But for now, I guess I'll stay with the classics. Plus, the classic scheme looks a lot more better than this pile of garbage. But who knows? Might get on the pre-order list after all. Alrighty, guys, and that's going to wrap up on your pre-orders, guys. And now we don't have any cancellations to be talking about. However, though, we are going to be getting into some very interesting news regarding some new diecast prototype molds. As you guys already know, I did show you guys some little preview pictures about the 164 truck molds, but we actually got official confirmation. And the first ever 164 truck mold has been released. If you guys saw on my Daytona 500 wave review, which was a very surprising wave in my perspective, I did miss out on one car from that wave, and that was the, well, I'm going to show you the picture right here, and I'll give credit, the picture credits to the user who found this. I just can't name him right now at the moment because I can't remember on the top of my mind, but I'll put the credits in the photo. But yeah, guys, this is the first ever 164 truck that is officially released, guys. A lot of people are like, oh, well, don't we got some trucks that are getting released for Wave 3? Well, we are, but for now, this is the only 164 truck they get right now, and it is a Daytona promo car, guys, for Daytona International Speedway. So you guys see right there, I mean, look at this closer look. I mean, man, this looks really cool. I mean, I know it's a fantasy car, but just, man, they did a really nice job. Now, I know the grill looks a little funky, but just, man, I mean, I could really care if the decals are screwed up or not. I mean, we finally get some 164 truck molds, even in the retail line, guys. I'm so excited, guys. I mean, if you guys had asked me what is my favorite thing that we got for this year being released regarding, you know, the 164 trucks or the Supras or the Mustangs, it's got to be the 164 trucks. I mean, once I know, I mean, confirmed, and I heard the rumors and they officially confirmed it on the fix, and then Howard Hitchcock confirmed it. I mean, the hype is for real, guys. I mean, these cars, I mean, these trucks are going to be selling, man. I mean, heck, I mean, just look at the Daytona 500 wave. I've been at that Walmart already twice already, and that wave's already sold out, and I have had trouble finding this truck. So once I get my hands on this, you bet your rear I'm going to do a review on this car. You bet your rear. What an awesome looking car. And speaking of some more 164 truck molds, guys, we do got some more photos of all three manufacturers that looks like will be officially released very soon. Now, I gotta give credit to this YouTube user, Spikes Reviews and More. He ended up winning to the New York Toy Fair that just recently happened, and he found a lot of great content that I'm about to show you. So give this guy a good subscribe if you guys haven't already. I mean, this was a really interesting find, and I got to thank everybody on Instagram as well for tagging me into this, because I probably wouldn't have not known about this if it wasn't for you guys. So appreciate you guys' support. But yes, Spike Reviews, you are the man. You gave me a lot of great content to be talking about. And I know also one of my good buddies and longtime fans, Ian Perez. You guys know him as Ian Nation 48. He also did a video on this, so I gotta give credit to him as well, because he did a review before me about all this stuff I'm about to talk about. But enough of me talking. We got some more 164 truck molds, guys. So here it is right here. We got the Daytona Chevrolet Silverado, and we also do got the Ford F-150. It looks like the updated one, and also the Toyota Tundras. I mean, just by judging like this, it looks like we are going to get all three manufacturers. Now, I know, a lot of people are probably wondering, well, what cars, well, what teams are we going to get? Well, I know for the Fords, we are going to be getting most of the, if not, most or all of the Thor Sport Motorsports cars. So, you know, Matt Crafton, Ben Rhodes, Myatt Snyder, Chase Briscoe, I know that, and you know, so much others, guys. Probably Grant Infigure as well. Now, going for the Toyotas, we're definitely getting Hattori Racing, that's for certain. I mean, for this year and last year, so Brent Moffitt and Austin Hill. Now, for the Toyota, I mean, well, yeah, Toyota, I just said that, but for the Chevrolets, it's probably gonna be GMS if I had to guess. GMS, I mean, we're probably gonna get, you know, some GMS trucks if I had to guess, but maybe down the line, maybe if Kyle Busch Motorsports agrees to this, because I know they did request some 124s. Maybe if they get some high demand, maybe we'll get some 164 trucks. I mean, there's no confirmation about that yet, but would be cool to see a Todd Gilliland or a you know, Noah Gragson truck from last year, or Harrison Burton, or, you know, Christian X, or something like that. I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, there's a lot of great possibilities coming in with these molds, but overall, guys, it looks like this is going to be a universal mold from what I see. I mean, there's not going to be any differentiation compared to what the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series cars have, so that's a little disappointing, but you know, what more can you do about that? I mean, I know these photos don't look the best, but until I get any more clear analysis of these trucks, then this is just a brief summation of what I got. But feel free to comment below if you guys have anything else to share about the 164 truck molds, as we're going to get on to another mold to be talking about. It is the 2019 Toyota Supra. So Lionel Racing's The Fix actually posted some pictures about the 124, and you know, some people were pretty excited and some people were kind of disappointed with the quality of this, but this is a prototype, guys. This ain't going to be the final version, guys, so that's why I always have to put in prototype pictures, because, you know, it's not the final verdict of how the car's going to look. But I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, it's looking pretty nice, but I'm more interested into the 164, which, once again, Spike Reviews and More, gotta, you know, give them credit for, you know, showing this. This looks like what looks like to be, this looks like an Xfinity mold, so it's got to be the Toyota Supra. I mean, of course, it doesn't look like a clear photo, but still really nice looking. I mean, we're probably gonna definitely see a Christopher Bell's car being produced in this car. Maybe Jeffrey Earnhardt's, or, you know, most Joe Gibbs Racing drivers from. That's probably the most common team that we're going to see in this mold. So really cool. I mean, feel free to comment below if there's any other diecasts that you are looking forward to with the truck molds and the Toyota Supra. But now, time to get on to some NASCAR Authentics news, man. And no, guys, it's not about Wave 3 or Wave 4, but let's just say that NASCAR Authentics, man, I mean, what more can they do? What more can they do to just get everybody talking? I mean, I know they brought back the 124s, which were kind of disappointing, but let's just say they are bringing back another scale of diecast into the retail line. This was totally out of surprise, and once again, gotta thank Spike's Reviews and more for showing this photo. I mean, I thought I was losing it at first. I was like, wait, is this what I think it is? Let's just say the 187 scale diecast are making a return. If you guys remember the 187s that you know, used to be in the retail line from Winter Circles, they are making a return. And note to self, guys, that this is not the first time Lion Racing has done 187s. If you guys remember from 2014, they did made, you know, a couple of drivers in the 187 scale, but they only did it for that 1 year. If I remember, like, what the first one was, like, Austin Dillon's Dow car, and then they did several other drivers like Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart, Carl Edwards, etc. I mean, those are pretty rare to find for what I know, but yeah, guys, the 187 cars are back, and but they have a very unique twist. So you guys see right here, we do got, you know, a very interesting packaging going on. It looks like we're going to be having like a mystery bag packaging, which, you know, a lot of toy companies have done that lately, like, you know, the pop figures, the mini pop figurines and all that. Like, it seems like a lot of toy, you know how you guys go by, like, the card section and the baseball card section and all that. You see the little trinkets of, like, mystery bags and all that. So it seems like maybe that's where NASCAR Authentics is going to plant these cars. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll get them at the diecast aisle, but I highly doubt that. I mean, these definitely look like toys. They look a lot more hollow just by looking at them, and we even got the blacked out windows, so that is disappointing because Winter Circles did have, you know, fully detailed diecast, but, you know, Lionel, they always got, you know, be cheaper on their products, but it's basically just going to be how the quality was from 2014, which, you know, I don't mind. I mean, I can't complain for something that's that small. I mean, the 124s, I got every right to complain because who the hell wants blacked out windows on a freaking 124 scale? But the 187s, I'll let it slide because, you know, these are probably going to be relatively cheap. We don't know what the retail price is going to be on these cars yet, but if I had to guess, they're probably going to be like half of what the actual NASCAR Authentics car is. So probably $2 if I had to guess at the most, or $2.50. But yeah, guys, really cool. And if you guys look at the selection of the cars that we got some cars from Wave 12 that are in this. So it looks like that's a little cleanup. I mean, heck, I mean, if the 187 quality is a lot more better than the horrendous crap that we got from Wave 12, then I'm in for it. But it looks like that the first wave that we're going to be getting for these cars is going to be right here. I mean, it looks like majority of these cars that I see are from the 2018 Wave 7. So let's see right here. We got like McMurray's McDonald's, the Alliance Truck Parts scheme from Brad Kozlowski, the Ricky Styles Jr. Tribute scheme for Robert Yates from 2017. And I don't know, man. I mean, you guys can. I mean, it looks like majority of the cars from Wave 7 from 2018 are going to be on this first official wave. I mean, I know the picture looks a little blurry. It looks like we also got Mark Truex Jr.'s patriotic car, Andy Homestead winner, Ty Dillon's Geico. I mean, that's what it looks like, guys. But these could be completely random, and even better, guys. I mean, there's going to be a included sticker as well. I mean, I don't know what it means by sticker. Maybe it'll be like a question mark, or it'll be an actual sticker of the car you get. But I like the little surprise element, guys, because, you know, I mean, Lionel, you know, they've done a good job with surprises lately, but I think this right here will be really cool. And I'm not quite sure what that orange car is. Maybe it'll be like a rare collector card, or it'll just be something like that, or I don't know. I mean, it'll be like one of those mystery pieces that you'll get. I mean, if any of you guys don't know what I'm talking about with the little mystery bags that most of the toy companies do. So that's basically what Lionel's doing. But very unique twist. I mean, these cars are definitely going to be considered toys. They're definitely not going to be diecast from what I can see. I mean, so that's cool. That is really cool. It definitely gives me something to look forward to if, you know, we're slow on the NASCAR Authentics waves. But I don't know, guys. Feel free to comment below if you guys have anything else to share about this. But once again, I mean, I know I've said this guy's name so many times. Spike Reviews and more. I mean, he just made this episode even better, guys, so I really got to give him all the credit for this. I mean, because otherwise we probably could have just wrapped it up with just the pre-orders and the diecast. So just really got to give him a good shout out, and everybody else who informed me on this, including Ian Perez. But yeah, guys, that is going to wrap up this episode of the NASCAR Diecast News. So if you guys enjoyed this video, as always, please comment, like, and subscribe for more on this YouTube channel. And this has been OBB, the Diecast News Guy, and I will catch you guys on another NASCAR Authentics Diecast review and a NASCAR Diecast News episode.